What's up, guys? I'm Chad Barnes, and welcome to the channel. Here, it's all about real car talk, from simple fixes to smart driving tips and keeping your ride in top shape. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and make sure you watch all the way through. There's a lot of good stuff coming. Let's get to it.
The road to victory. It all started with the fact that at a meeting with the head of the British Representative Office of Skoda, Robert Hazelwood, journalist of the publication EVO Richard Meaden, proposed an interesting idea, if not to celebrate the 10th anniversary since the production of the sport version of Octavia VRS in some unusual way. For example, overlap its achievement set in 1998, the speed record for 2-liter cars, which was 216 miles per hour, 347 km/h. The ambitious idea seemed interesting to Hazelwood, especially since it was decided to achieve the desired result at the annual Cult Festival Week of Speed, which is traditionally held on the dried Salt Lake Bonneville, Utah, USA in August. There was a very small question: who exactly will make it so that the Octavia V 237 km/h Octavia VRS will be able to go more than 100 km/h faster, becoming a real high-speed car? Revo Energy, the company Revo Technic, which specialized in modifications of Volkswagen Group cars, was chosen. They managed to raise the value of maximum power threefold by traditional for such projects methods. Firstly, it is a high-performance turbocharger Garrett, blowing up to 2 bar, and secondly, an alternative engine control unit firmware. Another intake, to make the motor breathe easier, straight-through exhaust system, and another cooling system. Do not forget that the car was to become a record breaker on a dried salt surface at a temperature of over 40 degrees Celsius. All the refinements resulted in the intended performance, 600 horsepower and 450 Nm of torque, which was slightly higher than the standard 200 horsepower and 280 Nm. From the very beginning, difficulties arose. The deadline for preparing the car was so tight that Ricky Elder, racer, manager, and one of the project's key engineers, noted that he had to carry some parts himself privately, screening suitcases of parts in front of airport security staff. Of course, that's not all. The suspension was lowered by 8 centimeters and tightened by installing shorter springs and stiffer shock absorbers. The standard 18-inch wheels were replaced with 15-inch stampings with aerodynamic hubcaps, putting the wheels in special tires Goodyear Eagle Line Speed. Due to the transition to a small diameter discs, the standard RS brakes did not fit in them, so they were abandoned. In order to lighten the car, they dismantled trim, seats and rear sofa, windows, noise insulation, audio system, air conditioning. In general, all the things that are not too necessary when you move at a speed of 350 km/h. Revo Technic engineers faced the fact that when working at maximum speeds, the standard injectors work at full capacity. But it was still not enough to pump the necessary amount of fuel to produce 600 horses. An ordinary gasoline was not suitable here, so the tank had to be filled with a hellish mixture of methanol and special gasoline, with an octane number of 120. A couple of additional injectors had to be installed in the intake manifold, which supplied methanol mixed with water in a 1-to-1 ratio to cool the fuel mixture. In order to install a large intercooler, a front suspension subframe had to be made. The designers did not stop there. Plastic body panels were installed to reduce the weight even further, although the exterior of the car remained practically a regular Octavia. Southern California Timing Association, the organizers of Speed Week, require mandatory installation of reinforced safety cage, fire suppression system, racing bucket and steering wheel, as well as a brake parachute. That's why powerful front brakes were no longer needed. A friction differential was also added to the drivetrain. Octavia VRS Bonneville Special received a special livery instead of the usual instrument cluster. There is a sporty electronic panel. The only, perhaps, conditionally serial unit remaining in the record car is the gearbox, a 5-speed manual from the Green Line modification. Specialists of the tuning studio thought that it could digest almost twice as much torque during the race. The 200 mph club is the domain of a select few. The Octavia VRS Bonneville Special, after modifications by Revo Technic, managed to become its newest member, and another car that managed to set a record on a dried-up lake near Salt Lake City. It also automatically made it the fastest Skoda model in history, perhaps even forever. Reaching speeds over 300 km per hour on a 2-liter engine is not such an easy task because it is strongly influenced by weather conditions. The previous record could not be set for 9 months. However, Meden quickly took the 200 to 202 miles per hour or 325.33 kilometers per hour to be precise, not so far from the previous 347 kilometers per hour. By the end of the festival, he was able to improve his own result, showing already 214.756 miles per hour or 345.616 kilometers per hour. That is, the new record was literally within reach, or rather, a foot on the gas pedal. A few days later, on August 19, 2021, the miracle happened. The record-breaking Octavia with Meden at the wheel was able to reach 227.08 miles per hour, 365 kilometers per hour. However, there was no magic here. The desire of an enthusiast multiplied by technical potential, that's the key to success. And luck in the absence of a headwind, of course. Interestingly, for the 10th anniversary of the record, the car was brought to its best shape and fitted with standard wheels and tires, allowing the car to appear on public roads. But they weren't the target. Mindful of the 2011 achievement, the 1921 Skoda of record drives around the oval of the Millbrook Proving Ground in Bedford, UK, on August 19. But once I'm in the bowl of the circuit, the Octavia comes to life. That roaring exhaust doesn't subside for a second, but that's a key part of the experience here, as are the definitely not slow dynamics. I was limited by the track speed limit, and the pace car I had to follow adhered to it rigorously. Excuses. So I didn't squeeze all the horsepower out of the car, but pressed the pedal with literally one toe at mid-range revs, and even though the gears were long, it still responded with a sharp jerk with an appropriately horse-deafening soundtrack. It's absolutely thrilling. Jake Groves, Car Magazine, August 19, 2021. In conclusion, the remarkable achievement of the Skoda Octavia in setting the Czech speed record showcases not only the engineering prowess of the brand but also the relentless spirit of innovation in the automotive industry. With a top speed that surpasses all expectations, this iconic vehicle has firmly established itself as the fastest car in the world. As we look to the future, the Skoda Octavia serves as a testament to what can be accomplished through dedication, creativity, and a passion for performance. Thank you for joining us on this exhilarating journey into the world of speed and engineering excellence.